think we're going. Oh, wait a second. Is it that time again? Totally Local Podcast. Hey, everybody. Colorful characters, local businesses, and entrepreneurs in and around the Jersey Shore area. Monmouth County, Ocean County. What's your county? My favorite county are those two counties. I'm not picking one. I'm not saying which one's my favorite, but it's Monmouth because that's where I'm from. As everyone knows, I love Ocean County as well. Coastal Refrigeration. We're going to get cold. Things might heat up and all kinds of puns like that. We have the owner of Coastal Refrigeration with us today, Matthew. How are you doing, man? How's your day going?
I'm doing great, Andrew. Thanks for having me.
That's good. Aaron, as always, you're here.
Hey.
What are you reading a map? What are you doing?
I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. I'm doing my little Facebook restream, getting getting my people notified that we're live right now.
That's cool. That's cool. I always appreciate it.
But I feel like I haven't seen you in a while because it was almost a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
We were
that was quite an event.
We were outdoors and socially distanced and paddle boarding and drinking martinis from the Long Branch Distillery and eating food from the Tommy's Tavern and Tap. Like, I just need to do that weekly.
Yeah, that's fine with me. I don't know. It's kind of cold out, but actually, I don't think anybody went paddling last week, did they?
There was a few. I think we had about a dozen people go out.
Oh, really? All right.
I mean, there was definitely people that got out there. Not enough. I started drinking early, so I didn't get out and paddle. Matt, did you get out and paddle last week?
Too cold for me, man. Oof.
Too cold for you. Fair weather.
I stuck with the alcohol. On land.
So, as I adjust my Facebook stream here, sorry, the gimbal has given out on me. The gimbal has given out. There we go. All right, guys. Anyway, let's get into it. First of all, I thought I'd make some stupid joke about refrigeration and frigeration, and then I Googled it, and it turns out there's no such thing as frigeration. I don't know how many.
There's no D in refrigeration. And, I have doctors, lawyers misspell the word all the time, get my email wrong. It's kind of funny.
You got to buy the other domain, the misspelled one, and then you could like give them a little lesson if they go to that website and then redirect them to yours. But I mean, you serve, you kind of, I see, sometimes I don't understand how a company, you do a lot of different stuff. You serve commercial, but you also do homes as well. Did you start like small, like mini fridges, and then it just grew from there, or how did it work? Where did you get your start?
My background was commercial refrigeration, supermarkets, warehouses, industrial stuff. I worked for a large union outfit from 2000 to 2004. Probably any supermarket you shopped at in the area, we probably had our hands in it one way or the other, building it, servicing it. And then early 2004, I started Coastal Refrigeration. And I had connections in the hotel industry. My family's, been managers and regional people in the hotel business. So I got my start with a couple hotels locally in the area, some large ones. That a 24-year-old kid just starting a business probably shouldn't have, been the go-to guy. But I was the one servicing it for the other companies and got them the accounts. And I had a couple accounts with hotels that got me started. Not enough to really pay the bills and do anything, but it was enough to keep me busy, a couple of days a week. And commercial kitchens and banquet halls and the air conditioning and the heating. And, we kind of did everything. And as the years have gone on, we've taken on more indoor air quality stuff, more larger commercial tonnage things with air conditioning and larger facilities. And then we've also done a lot of residential. And the residential really started with our commercial customers and their houses. And then it turned into their friends and their neighbors, and then realized the residential market, it's pretty profitable. It's quick. You're in and out the same day for the most part. You're not waiting 90, 120 days to get paid. And there's a lot more things. Techs are easier to find for a residential market too.
As far as the residential stuff goes, is there is it right now where you start getting calls, or is it like the first day where it's freezing cold, then people start calling you?
Usually right now it's the first freezing cold day. So we had a few last week. It dipped down to the 40s, and we had a few calls for people's heat that maybe they just didn't turn the thermostat on, or we're starting to do our maintenances. So we have a couple hundred maintenance customers that we go to twice a year and check their AC in the spring, heat in the fall. And usually that starts now to end of September into October to really get it going. So we got hit a little earlier this year with some of it, but we're in maintenance mode now. We're in the, let's come out, make sure your system's going to work before that really cold day comes. And we don't want to get bombarded on that first day,
But
the first hot day of the season, whether it's, April 20th or May 15th or whatever it may be, you always get that random 88, 90-degree day and people freak out if their AC is not working, So we definitely ebb and flow. There's peaks in our industry, but we do enough that we're busy all year round. Same guys are with me all the time. Nobody gets laid off. We've actually hired 3 guys this year during COVID.
Oh, wow.
And they're going to, be staying on. We got a lot of projects, a lot of stuff in the works. It's nice. The company keeps growing every year. It really does.
That's great. I had a question because I turned to Google because I don't know anything, and I want to get my water tank is on the fritz. Let's just say. And I Googled it. I'm like, who takes care of a water tank? Does a plumber take care of it? Or does HVAC take care of it? And the first thing that came up was an HVAC website, and they said, we take care of it. And then the second one was a plumbing website, and they said, we take care of it. So who takes care of if I wanted to get a water tank replaced, who is the best person to call in that respect?
A water heater, a licensed plumber.
Okay.
You have to have,
all right, good.
Potable water, and, there's codes to it. And you have to be a licensed plumber to replace a water heater. Unless, you could have an HVAC guy or whatever do it for you and you say you do it yourself. But
I hear you. I hear what you're saying. All right, good to know. Good to know. Now, you mentioned all the shenanigans that nature's throwing at us right now with the pandemic and COVID and all that stuff. And you mentioned that business has you've hired more people. When it comes to you mentioned air quality as well. When you're talking about air quality, has that conversation shifted? Because I would imagine that air quality before was more about like dust and particulates and things in the air like that. But when people talk about air quality now, has it kind of shifted to how do I destroy viruses that are floating around in my face in my house?
Absolutely. We've been installing a great product. It's RGF makes it. It's called the Remy Halo. It's an air
I've heard about the Remy Halo.
The Remy, we love the Remy.
Yeah, Aaron's got them all over his house. He's probably got one hanging from his neck. But they go in your duct system. They're send out charged ion particles throughout, and we've been putting them in for over 5 years. And I've had them in my house, and their big thing is they're good on allergens. So people with allergies and breathing problems, asthma, it's very good for that, and that's where a lot of that started. I have a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old, and they're in daycare, and they're always bringing home strep throat or something else. And it's not preventing them from getting sick at school, but it's preventing me and my wife from getting sick when it comes in the house. And the last thing I want to do is miss work or get my other kids sick. So I've had one in my house 5 years. I put them in Aaron's. We probably put in 40 since the start of this year. Other companies, I'm sure, have put in the same, if not more. We're buying them a dozen at a time. They're very tough to come by. But, yes, it's shifted from, I'm waking up, dried up, stuffed up, whatever. I have allergies to does this thing kill COVID? Will this protect me? There's no signs on the Remy right now that it kills COVID-19, but it does kill coronaviruses, and it kills the common cold. It'll kill the flu within 1 hour with the air circulating. It'll kill the stomach bug within 4 hours. So I'm sure it's on par with this. Another product that we've been putting in lately is a new Calgon makes it called the iWave C and the iWave R, and they actually have a study that it killed COVID-19 it reduced it I got a thing right here, 99.4% in 30 minutes.
So when it comes to this, these products like the Remy Halo, people are installing. I know Watermark in Asbury Park, Hot Mess in Asbury Park. There's a few different places. and they're kind of doing it. You're obviously going to have to take more preventative measures, but this is something that is one of the pieces to the puzzle that ensures a little peace of mind for the customers that are coming in, that you're going to be eradicating certain things. Obviously, you can't be 100% on anything, but it's obviously better than what was there before. Do ducks, man? Ducks get funky, huh? Ducks get nasty. Like, you see those videos, people post them sometimes, where it's just like full of just funk and just built up stuff. Now, is that just something that people should come to expect, and then you have to get it cleaned out, or is that just funky ducks and people aren't really taking care of their stuff properly?
Where'd you find your funky ducks? And are you spelling that as D-U-C-T-S or D-U-C-K-S? Like, what kind of ducks do you?
Funky ducks.
funky ducks.
Yeah.
A lot of it comes down to lack of maintenance. People not changing their return air filter. People having no filter at all in the system, and now your AC coil, it's very tightly packed aluminum. That becomes your filter, and organic matter can grow in there. Putting the wrong filter in, putting too small, too weak of a filter. Older houses that have converted from, say, oil to natural gas, and renovations, the ducts are going to get dirty. Is it something you should clean every year? No, the ducts, but after several years, it may be worthwhile getting a duct cleaning company in there to see. And a lot of times we're doing the maintenance. We can bring that up to the customers. Mm-hmm. It's not something we do.
You refer it out?
Yeah, we'll refer it out. Some AC companies do it as a separate item to sell or whatever, but we're busy. I don't need to get involved with it. I'd rather bring in a specialist that this is what they do. They have big trucks with HEPA filters, and they can capture all this stuff, So we have no problem referring that out to somebody else. Yes, the ducts get dirty. You have, your air conditioner is in a cold, damp, wet spot. You have a lot of organic matter that can feed mold growth and microbial growth. You got water in there from the condensation. You have a food source. Your skin cells, the hair, the dander, whatever becomes a food source.
Hold on a second. All right, I'm back. Sorry. I don't even think about that stuff.
It goes back to the Remy or the iWave, where these things are placed above the AC coil in the system, and it has a UV light that kills surface contamination, surface growth. It kills these things. It doesn't let these things grow and really start to grow and get through the system and get transported throughout your airstream in the house.
So like indoor air quality, it's mentioned. It's mentioned through your company. It is just like living inside, living in a home. Is it just, if you don't have some kind of filter set up, you're basically just swimming around in your own filth, is what you're telling me?
You are constantly recirculating the same air in your house. So most people, all right, you got a cleaning company, cleaning lady comes in every week, every other week, cleans your house, smells good, looks good, right? But the windows stay closed. People don't like to open the windows because they have allergies, or it's hot outside, or it's humid, whatever. So they keep the windows closed. You're not getting any fresh air exchanges into the house. So the same air that's in there is constantly getting recirculated. Your kids come home from school, you come home from work, you take off your shoes, there's dirt, there's dust, there's dog shit, whatever is on it, it's in your house, is getting recirculated. So having a system that can capture this, a better filter, a whole house media filter, you can get thicker filters to get smaller microns of particles that get stuck in there. You really want to capture the stuff that's floating around the air. You want to destroy what's in there, or to extreme measures, something simple as opening your window, every day you get some fresh air in, or even putting an energy recovery ventilator in that exchanges the air from the outside to the inside. So you're constantly getting fresh air, and your house actually becomes dirtier than outside.
Energy recovery ventilator. I mean, that just sounds good. I kind of want one of those.
Yeah. I don't have,
sign me up.
Not to harp on ducks, but like I don't have any. My house doesn't have any ducts. I don't have. It's a 100-year-old house, and I don't have any kind of central air going on. So if I don't have any ducts, how do I filter the air? I can't do it, can I? I'm screwed.
They're standalone units that have HEPA filters built in and stuff, and air scrubber type things that can do stuff. You're not moving any air. Nothing's getting disturbed per se as much, but yeah, it comes stagnant. You know, your humidity probably suffers in the wintertime, and you know, there becomes a lot of indoor problems.
I don't know. This is getting too personal. I don't know if I should be like revealing these secrets on these live streams like this.
So Murphy locked us up in March. You know, we got out for the summer. We're going to be locked up again, but he's basically locking us up in our own gas chambers. Like,
basically,
sick home syndrome to the nines. Like, you know.
You guys mentioned that before, right? Sick home.
My staff doesn't want to come to work. They want to work from home, but it sounds like they're safer if they come to the office based on this conversation.
They're basically signing their death warrant by staying in their own home. They should come to work. You know,
it's not all doom and gloom, but it's
safer.
It's stuff people should be doing anyways. You know, you should be maintaining your systems at your work, at your home. You should be changing the filters. You should be cleaning. I mean, you clean your house, you clean your kitchen, you clean your bath once a week, whatever. You know, you need to clean everything else that's in there. It's the air conditioner is the most expensive appliance in the house, but it's usually down in the basement or up in the attic, and people don't think about it till it breaks. But
yeah, exactly.
A lot of that, you need it. You're breathing it. You're sleeping in the same air, you know, so there's a lot of moving parts.
What about like mold and stuff? If you have like a Remy Halo, some kind of ventilator HEPA filter deal going on, obviously if you have a mold source, you got to take care of it. But if there are like mold spores floating around in the air waiting to murder you, like are these the systems that are they going to take care of the mold as well?
Yeah, the Remy's proven to kill the mold. Same with the iWave. There's another one, Premier One has another product. They all do the same thing. They're not going to stop, like you're saying, the source that the mold's coming from. So if you have water leaks from outside, a damp basement, crawl space, whatever infiltration you're getting, you need to fix that because it's probably a point where it can't keep up with killing everything that's possibly growing. But yeah, if it's going to kill anything that's in the airstream, it's going to kill stuff on the surfaces. It'll decontaminate surfaces in the house. But a house like yours that doesn't have ductwork, you're relying on the furnace or the air handler blower to circulate it throughout the house. You would be a little different situation with yours, but there's ways to do it for everything.
Is like a Remy Halo, can you get like a payment plan going, or are you coming to people's houses with the Remy and you're like, look, I need the money up front? Like, do people have like credit? Like, how do you get it if you don't have? It sounds expensive. A Remy Halo, the name sounds expensive. So
their box is pretty sharp too. They're packaged very nice. It looks like the iPhone. You know, you get like that fancy box. It's all about the package.
Exactly.
I mean, I think our normal price is $1,049 installed for the Remy. It comes with a 2-year cell warranty, a 5-year ballast. It's cheaper for our contract customers. So people that were in there doing their maintenances twice a year, you know, with us, you get a 15% discount on accessories and repairs and everything. So, but the average cost is around a little over $1,000 installed.
Oh, it's not bad.
No, it's not terrible at all. We were putting them in when COVID started. We even said, I think we were doing $89 a month for 12 months or something. Mm-hmm. We gave people the option to pay that. If I could honestly put one in everybody's house for free, I would. I really believe in the product that much. Been healthy at my house. We've been I've had it for 5 years. We've put multiple in for Aaron, his family, other people that are in different networking groups that we're involved with, and friends. I really just think it's that good of a product. You know, I've stayed healthy. My family stayed healthy. My daughter may bring Coxsackie home or whatever from daycare, but I'm not getting it. My son's not getting it. My wife's not getting it. Strep throat.
That's a good point.
It's killing those viruses.
You're sending those kids out to, you know, it's basically you're throwing them into a petri dish of just whatever the hell's out there, and it's like kind of like coming home and just making sure that none of that funk that all the other, you know, they should be putting these things in schools. Do you work with schools? We should be putting these in schools, man.
We've some with the different preschools we've talked to. I think a lot of high schools and stuff have and public schools have direct buy these things for institutions and whatnot. I think they've been putting them in a lot of schools. Yeah, they came out with mandates with certain MERV ratings for filters for schools that are going back, and The numbers they're putting, you honestly can't run them in an existing air conditioning system to capture these viruses. So, I think the schools are buying direct. We've done restaurants. We've done golf courses, banquet halls right now. We're putting them in doctors' offices, dentist offices. I'd be happy to give people names of the dentist offices that we've put them in that have gone the extra step to make their customers feel comfortable. They're killing the viruses. And a lot of it comes down to optics right now, too, to show that you're doing the right thing as a business owner and you're doing everything you can in your power to protect your customers and your clients.
Yeah, I'm going to be that client walking into businesses and be like, yo, what's your MERV rating? You got a Remy Halo in here? You got a 5 on your MERV rating? Is that good? What's the scale on the MERV rating?
Yeah, like 11 to 13's a good MERV rating. But they say like MERV 16 is to capture viruses. And
okay.
You put a MERV 16 in your standard system, is not going to run. It's going to choke it down, and you're not going to have heat or air.
It sounds like a good T-shirt, MERV 16. That's it. MERV 16 on a T-shirt.
That's a new slang. I'm MERV 16. I don't mess around. Okay. That's what were some of the first, like when all this, all these shenanigans went down, were you kind of, just kind of business as usual? You saw this coming and you kind of were looking out there to see what was going on. What were some of the first businesses that were contacting you and being like, listen, we gotta make sure that we're clean? Like what were the businesses that were contacting you and kind of how did you help them?
We had a couple gyms, Pilates studios, yoga reach out to us. This is back in April, May, beginning of May, probably, where they thought they were going to get to open up soon.
Yeah.
So they knew there was going to be certain things that they had to do, that we put them in a few places. So they were the first ones. And then the restaurants, probably end of May into June, they started coming in with it because they kept getting excited that they're going to get to open up inside.
Mm-hmm.
So it took probably 2 months after this, pandemic started that people started reaching out for that. The whole time we've been putting them in people's homes, though. I mean, this is the week of March 15th or whatever, people were calling us to put them in. We had a couple in stock. We was a little lull for a while. We couldn't get them. I believe a lot of the raw materials come from China that go into these rare metals and stuff to make it. I saw a stat that China produces 90% of the rare earth metals that are required for a lot of these computer stuff and whatever goes in it.
So it comes preloaded with the coronavirus then.
Yeah. It's already in there, yeah. So you get it. It gives you got immunity now, You're
immune.
You get your vaccine with it.
You got to run a Remy Halo through a Remy Halo before you install it to make sure it's...
I know people in the industry that made their clean room and they took like an old refrigerator and put a Remy Halo in it. So when they got home from work or they got the mail, they put it in there like a decontamination chamber.
Oh, wow.
So some people went a little crazier with it.
I know that.
I haven't gone that nuts, but any precaution you can take to keep the stuff out of your house is worth it. When this all came out, they're telling us to wipe our groceries down. Don't touch it for 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah, I did that like twice. I was like outside with like gloves on. I was like, this isn't doing anything. I don't think this is really doing anything.
And then
there's a video that's going to come out.
Then you ran out of Clorox wipes and you realized you couldn't do it anyway. So
yeah, I was like, I don't know. What if you miss a spot? Like I can't, whatever.
I did that with beer in the parking lot once. I had to go buy beer and I had my gloves on. I bought the case of beer. I wiped down the top of the case of beer so I could take the beer out. And then my wife yelled at me because I only wiped the top off and not the sides and the bottom. And then I put it in the stroller because I had the kids and, I'm like, just give me a beer. I just want to, drink while I'm out walking because nobody gives a shit about anything anymore. So we can drink in public again.
Yeah, the good and the bad,
And then she's like, what'd you do with the gloves? I'm like, I put them in the paper bag that's on the bottom of the stroller. And
you can't help. You're touching everything. You touch the glove, then you touch the outside of the gloves. Then I'm a nervous person. I'll like rub my face. I'll be like, oh great, I got it all over my face now. Yeah.
When was the last time you cleaned your cell phone? When was the last time you cleaned your cell phone? The dirtiest thing in your persona is this phone that touches everything after you touch it and then never gets wiped down.
Exactly. Like when my kid will be like grabbing my phone. I'm like, don't touch that. Don't touch that. Or the other day he took my wife's like slipper and he like put it in his mouth. I'm like, don't do that. Don't do that. Come on.
Cleaner than your phone.
Yeah, probably. Definitely. Oh man, touching the wheel of the stroller. I'm like, don't, please, well, okay. Just keep going. Just as long as you're happy. Just wash your hands afterwards. Wow, man, there's really like there's so many like intricacies to dealing with this stuff. Now, I'm sure you dealt with this a lot with the storms that come in. Recently, there was a lot of power outages and stuff, but you also deal with backup generators, installing those, and how is it commercially or residential or both?
We're a Generac residential dealer. We've been doing that 6 years, 7 years probably. We've done commercial too. One of our customers, Fine Fare Supermarket in Long Branch, great place. If you're in the Long Branch area, go see the Perrys and everybody over there. Great people. They put right after Sandy, they put a whole store generator in. So if we ever lose power, another hurricane, you know where to go food shopping. They have something that runs the entire store, 900 amps worth of power this thing could put out, so that all the refrigeration works. So we've done that on a large scale commercial. Right now, in the last 4 weeks, I think we've sold 15 generators, Generacs, that we're waiting for them to come in. They're back ordered. Right now it's tough. You really can't get them anywhere.
Crazy.
They're slowly coming in. The factory is, I guess, overwhelmed right now with the fires out west, the storms we've had up the center of the state, what we went through, and then also COVID in the factory. And you can only have so many people working on a production line. So everything, the supply chain's definitely been stressed a little bit. But yeah, we're out there. I got 3 more estimates to go on tomorrow for generators. So people are buying them.
Does it go up like a big storm hits, and then like does the price like shoot up or is it just always steady but you can't get them?
Yeah, it's steady. I just can't get it. I mean, we ordered stuff back in end of July, right after whatever that storm was we had come through, right?
Yeah.
And they were then right when that Monday before that storm came, it was two weeks to get our equipment. And then right after that storm hit, it jumped to 8 to 12 weeks. Oh, man. And we're still waiting on the shipment since then.
You can't get anything these days. I can't. It's like we were so spoiled, America, for so long that like you could just get whatever. And we have to. Me and my wife, our fridge, talk about funky ducks. We had a funky fridge, and we had to get. We wanted to replace it. And it's like back order. We were supposed to have it at the beginning of sometime in August. Then they said September, and then they said October. And I'm like really? Is it gonna be? He's like, I don't know, man. People can't even BS you because they're like, we don't know when it's coming in. So
it's easy to blame it on COVID. Delays due to COVID. COVID.
Yeah.
It's like the.
I think we can continue to blame stuff on COVID for at least the next foreseeable future. Like, supply chain is effed in so many ways.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys are thinking about doing this, like, just do it now. Like, if you're thinking about getting a generator, if you need a refrigerator, anything, don't wait, and don't expect to get it. Like, you're so used to getting things immediately. Oh, I'm going to go on Amazon, I'm going to get it. But then there's so many things that you just can't get anymore. They're just gone. As far as these backup generators, Aaron, as far as like the backup generators or maybe the indoor air quality, how does that relate to like commercial businesses, like an insurance? Does that like work in your favor? If you have these things, does it help you out with insurance? Does it like work in your favor to have them?
So great tie-in. So on the personal line stuff, on your homeowner's policy, some companies do provide a small discount for a generator. Kind of like if you have a central station security alarm in your home, if you have that central station monitoring that fire and burglar alarm, you get a little bit of a discount. The alarm companies say you get a lot more of a discount than you really do. They're like, oh, you're going to save 10%. Yeah, no, you're not. So the generators add a discount. Also, they add value to your home because you're not going to have, if you have that generator on, that also means your sump pump is working. And that means your basement is not going to get flooded. It means everything else in the home is working. The air is circulating in your home in most cases. So that things are going to continue to stay dry, and you're not going to get that humidity buildup if you have that power outage in the summertime, which is going to cause your floors to start to buckle. So definitely some discounts on the homeowner side, and quality of life is obviously good. And when we go to the commercial side, it's funny, I get people like, Aaron, I want to open up indoors, but am I going to get sued?
Yes.
Because everybody's afraid, like, oh, you got coronavirus in my establishment, I'm going to sue you, right? And that's bound to happen if it hasn't already happened like dozens or hundreds of times yet. But people are scared to death about obviously getting sued, but they don't want to be the one that the location that transmits this virus and gets in trouble for it, right? So everybody's, I always get that question. I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it. Just fuck it. Forget about it. I'll burn with you. We're all good. We'll all go down together. Let's figure out how to make some money. But having these precautions in place, these restaurants, these salons, these other business, these venues that accommodate the public, upgrading your indoor air quality is good no matter what.
Yeah.
It's better now. It's great now, but for future, it's great to have. It's great to have people following the rules. Are you getting a discount because you have fresh air in your place? No, your customer is going to like you more and spend more money there because the place doesn't stink and we're not getting sick, by coming in. And not just coronavirus, it's just any of the, cold and flu season, right, Matt? Like, if it's killing stuff out in the air and helping the overall indoor air quality, people are just not going to get sick in your establishment, whether they know it or not. And it's just going to keep things better. So it's, people are keeping the peace. It's good for everybody. The generator thing on commercial insurance, also very beneficial to the business. You can continue to operate. We don't have to put in insurance claims. Oh, look, somebody's calling me right now. They want to give me money for insurance. Yes.
They saw the show.
Big restaurant opening up in Brooklyn, hopefully in the next month. I think it'll be a nice on-site shoot when we can get out there, but I'm not going to reveal who it is yet.
Totally local, on location, Brooklyn
totally
edition.
Local, on location. We're
totally
getting
not so local, but it counts.
We're going. We're going.
As long as the people that are owning the establishment, or if we're there, as long as somebody's from Monmouth or Ocean County, I think it counts.
I mean, we're there. That's all that counts, right?
Yeah. As long as they've been to the beach in Monmouth or Ocean County.
If they're going to feed us and provide us with beverages, why would we say no?
No. I'll just have to I have to change the logo for one episode. And hopefully they don't watch all of the episodes where I've made fun of New York City for being, filthy and gross.
Just tell Lauren it's work. It's fine.
It's she knows. I tell her every day.
We're good. We're all good. But yeah, so having a generator in your business prevents you from having to put that claim in because you can't operate. Like if you're the business that's open when everybody else is shut down, you have a major benefit over your competition. You do better for your customers. As Matt mentioned, Fine Fair supermarkets. It's not in the best part of town, but it is probably one of the better supermarkets in the area. Mm-hmm. They do a fantastic job, and they're not a client of mine, but I'm still giving praise and kudos. But it's beneficial. No real discounts for a generator, but if you do put in that claim because you were closed, they're not going to be like, let you put the claim in again. They're going to be like, hey, you could have put a generator in. You could have done a lot of things to prevent this. We're not paying you a second time for the same thing.
Yeah. So and as far as
it's good to just do better for your business.
As far as residential too, we've talked about, me and Aaron have had lengthy conversations over spicy pineapple martinis about spoilage of residential. You need a generator because listen, folks, don't claim that spoilage, man. Don't claim it. If Aaron's told me anything, it's don't claim the spoilage. I don't know. That's not the same. That can't be the same for like commercial or for restaurants.
It is, except it's just on a different scale. Like the spoilage in restaurants, we provide most restaurants up to $10,000 on their policies. Mm-hmm. Where on your homeowners you get $250. Don't put the $250 claim in. You want to put the $10,000 claim in. I'm not going to blame you because that's significant money. But
yeah.
$250 for your refrigerated contents to have that claim hang over your head for the next 3 to 5 years is silly. And for any of my clients that have done that and are watching this, I'm talking directly at you.
This is a PSA.
Because I don't give a shit.
What's the deal? Okay, so generators, the one nice thing about the power going out is the neighborhood gets peaceful. And then all of a sudden, it's like a biker. It's like Sturgis comes to town, and you just hear like, do they make like generators? Is it in the future where they're just going to be quieter, or they all just sound like Mack trucks regardless, or is that what we have to deal with?
The sound of convenience. I mean, it's
it is. It's the loudest
I
sound.
got air conditioning. I got cold beer. I mean,
it's great for my neighbors. What about me?
It's
my food's spoiling. I can't hear anything. Oh man, I need a generator to drown out the other generators.
The natural gas ones are quieter than the gasoline ones because they're in a insulated cabinet. They got a muffler on them, but yeah, there is a noise. I equate it to like a lawnmower running, outside. People ask how loud they're going to be. If it's outside your bedroom window, it may be a little annoying to you, but at the same time, you're sleeping with the windows closed in the middle of summer with air conditioning going. You could have your ceiling fan on, watching TV, surfing the web, playing video games, whatever you want to do.
True.
Not throwing away your food, not running to the gas station and waiting in line to fill up a 5-gallon, gas container to go home and try to start your gasoline generator that you haven't touched in 2 years, and you forgot to service it and drain the old gas out, and then it's not working, and then you're cursing and yelling.
I know somebody that happened to last storm. They're like, got my generator, everything's gonna be okay, and they went to start it, and it was like, didn't do anything.
The same gas is in it since Sandy, and it turned into nail polish remover basically or whatever.
Yeah, it sounds like you're talking directly at me.
Well, people ask me like, what's a generator going to cost? And I mean, it's really anywhere from $10,500 to $13,000 for a whole house with the transfer switch, the electric, the gas. You need a concrete pad. You need the battery. We put a cold weather kit on it so the stuff starts easier. There's load shed modules. There's all sorts of stuff that goes with it. A lot of people go online to Generac and they're like, oh, it says $59.95. Yeah, you can buy the generator for that, but you got 2 to 3 days worth of labor for us to do the gas pipe and our electrician to do his work. So a lot goes into it, inspections, all that. I equate it to an insurance policy like Aaron. I mean, it's going to cost you $750 for the next 15 years, really. I mean, 2 nights at a hotel plus throwing away your food is going to be the same amount. So it's really, do you want to be bothered? Do you want to, just have
hotels. I like hotels. Good.
You go to the hotel, then the kids and the wife could stay at home. The generator's working, whatever works.
If I get that deal, sign me up.
Aaron, how's the Remy Halo working out in your house? You loving it or
I've had a Remy in my house for 3 years now, I would say. I was definitely an earlier adopter on the Remy.
Mm-hmm. Have you noticed a quality?
I love it.
Your
so
kids.
Mine has mine's the older technology, right? So it gives off some ozone. So when it kicks on, you can smell the ozone a little bit for the first 10 seconds.
It's like you're in space.
And then it goes away. But that's the only way I know that it's actually working. Is so it kicks on and you can smell that. But I think the new technology, right, is ozone free, Matt, on those Remys. So you can tell the quality is definitely good. I mean, listen. Do I know it? Do I remember it? Do I say, oh, I love this thing? Do I know the difference? I don't know. We don't cook smelly fish in my house, so it's
when
we have dirty diapers, but
yeah, when it's not working because you'll be smelling dinner from last night that you made. You'll smell the onions, the garlic, whatever the next day because it does remove odors. We painted my daughter's room in the spring, and the paint smell was gone within a couple hours. It's not lingering.
That's awesome.
When it's not working because those smells start to just creep around and you're like, wait a minute, what's going on? They do have a warranty. Aaron's is one that the bulb failed. It's a fluorescent bulb in his. The bulb or the ballast goes bad, but they give you a 5-year warranty on that. So his got changed out under warranty, no cost. But he has the older version that they put off whatever the safe legal 0.03% ozone, whatever it is. It's a safe legal limit of ozone. Some people believe in the ozone. Some people say it's bad. There's different studies, but they do have the new one is the LED version. It's more powerful and it has 0 ozone. So, it's the trade-off. You pay a little bit more money for the LED version. I think it's $250 more. It comes with a little longer warranty. It's an LED bulb. It draws next to no power to run, and the standard one draws 0.7 amps, something so minor it can run off your furnace circuit anyways. Yeah, it's no ozone. It's ozone free. Ozone bothers some people, hits you like in the back of the throat maybe or whatever, or it's just a crispness. But yeah, there's different versions for different strokes for different folks.
I hear you. So, Matt, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us today about this stuff. What's the best way for people to get a hold of you to get their houses out of the disgusting despair that they're in right now, and make sure that their houses aren't full of just filth and death? How do they get in touch with you?
They can visit our website, www.njrefrigeration.com. They can call us at the office, 732-222-3828, and they can email us at info@njrefrigeration.com. And there's no D in refrigeration.
That's the tagline, guys.
No D.
What, Aaron? What do you got going on this weekend? You got? Are you making any time for golf? Do we have any events coming up? What do you got going on this week? This weekend?
It looks like, as the weather is creeping through the rest of the week, that we're gonna have some beach weather.
Wow.
So hopefully hit the beach for the last weekend of the season. They got a bonfire Saturday night on the sand. And then we've got the Yom Kippur holiday on Sunday night, so we'll be fasting a little bit.
Mazel.
Doing what I got to do. No temple to attend. Maybe a Zoom service, just so I feel like I've put my dues in for the period of time.
It counts. It counts.
Yeah, it is what it is. So it's so we've got that on Sunday night. So I won't work on Monday. I'll do the religious thing on Monday, and then be back rolling. So it's all good.
Thank you, Matt, Coastal Refrigeration. Aaron, as always, LG Insurance. Guys, if your house is disgusting, call Matt and he's going to help you out. Guys, if your house, if you're worried about your house exploding or something, you got to call Aaron before that happens, not after that happens. This has been Totally Local Podcast, Monmouth and Ocean County's premier exclusive podcast, the best one around, basically. Totally_local_podcast on Instagram. You know the rest. You've seen us on Facebook. Just friggin', look for it on Facebook. You'll find us. Guys, thanks again. Everyone that's out there, stay safe and, filter that air, people.